Hello class 10. Once again I am here with you, and today I am going to explain in my last video I told you about that income is not the only thing that we seek from development. We also seek freedom, equality, which we call non-material thing, which is not measured, but it is not unimportant. These things add value and these things are also necessary, which we seek in development. So today again I am going to tell you that how we can compare or measure development and what are the approaches. Already you have read or you have seen that many of you have written that different people have different goals. These are the aspects for economic and social aspect. Now I will tell you what are the two approaches and how people what they thought about development and what they said, means the traditional ones and of course the modern view. So there are two approaches regarding economic development. One is called traditional or quantitative approach and second one is called modern or qualitative approach. Quantitative approach or traditional approach, it was based on increase in real national income or increase in real per capita income. But modern view or it is based on increase in public welfare. And so this is purely material things which we can buy or which can be measured and with the help of money. And these here we are referring to the non-material things which we cannot buy with the money, but it adds quality and improves the welfare in society and moves people and brings positive change in a country or at a place. So what is real national income? It is the output or income of a country at constant prices. At constant prices means the price rise or the changes in price is not taken here, because it will affect the total income of the national income of the country. That is why we call it real national income. It is the output or income of a country at constant prices, means there is no change in the price. And real per capita income, it is calculated by dividing the real national income by the total number of people or population is living there. So per capita income equals to national income by total population, and real per capita income equals to real national income by total population. Therefore we can say that increase in PCI or per capita income makes the economic development move upward, because it can more per capita income will make the people or increases their affordability and they will start buying more and more fulfillment of wants will start happening, and this will move or bring change and raises the standard of living. Or increase in real per capita income is a better indicator of measuring economic development, because more money means more fulfillment of wants. So it is directly related ki if people will earn more, they will satisfy more of their want and their life will move forward. But it is not the only criteria. That is why it has certain limitations. Number one, ignores distribution of income, कि whether the income is distributed equally or not, that it does not tells when we compare or when we measure development with the help of only per capita income. How it ignores? Because it may be true that the resources are not distributed equally in a country and few people have major portion of income and a large section of population earn very little. Number two, non-market activities are ignored. What are non-market activities? Which does not add value and which is not made for the market. The services of housewives that they deliver or that they give to their family is not counted in national income. But although their contribution is immense, they contribute too much. They work from morning till night for their family and to raise the standard of living and to help all the members of the family. But their services are ignored when we compare or measure development with the help of only average income. Third is education, health, and other non-material things which adds quality of or which improves the quality of population is also being ignored and has not been considered while measuring development or will the seeing the parameters. Next is modern view. So we have discussed about the traditional view. Now modern view or qualitative parameters which help us to measure development or which will give us the correct human development which is happening in a country or at a place. So this approach tells that economic development does not mean only increase in PCI or national income, but it is also defined in terms of increase in basic necessities which is needed by everyone, which helps them to have a better life and which increases the welfare of the people. So following indicators are used to measure economic development or welfare. So number 1, increase in economic welfare. Of course, the per capita income, if it increases, it would make the people to buy more of the things and more wants of the people will be fulfilled. But it should also reduce poverty and it should bring equality in society. So if these things are not happening, then we can't say that the human welfare or the human development is happening in a country. So increase in economic welfare means welfare of everyone, not only for few. It will reduce poverty and unemployment and bring equality into the society. Number 2 is increased health facilities. If in a place, in a city or in a country or in a state, health facilities are improved or for everyone, then it will bring down the IMR, infant mortality rate will come down. Because of the better health facilities, the infants will not die and it will increase life expectancy, means more number of years the people will start living because of the health facilities that they are getting and which is present for everyone. And it will there will be rise in quality of life and standard of living of the people. Third is better educational facilities. Better educational facilities will also improve the economic and social welfare in society, because more education will raise your quality and value in the market and you will start earning more. And it increases gross national income as well as net attendance ratio, enrollment ratio, which in turn improves the literacy rate for male as well as female, and this will bring equality in society. Next is sustainable development, which is needed and which is nowadays everyone is talking about. Sustainable development, what is it? It means judicious use of the natural resources. As we know that there are many resources which is exhaustible, which we can't renew or make us, so which aims at, so if we are judicious, if we are making the helping the development by being sustainable or aiming the development by improving the quality of life for present as well as the future generation, then of course it will sustain or it will stay there for longer period of time, and all the people, those who are living there in the society, they will get help from it. So sustainable development is also one of the important parameter of measuring economic development. In next class I will see or I will discuss with you comparison of economic development of different nations and what are the main parameters or or things on which we can compare. Okay, thank you.